Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Monday, the 8th of December, 2025. Starting off, as always, with the synoptic midnight last night to begin. A little bit of clearer air there with a low centred just into the North Sea there off the east coast of Scotland. And still this messy system of occlusions out to the west, bringing in more and more unsettled weather. By midday today, that North Sea occlusion has moved off into the Scandies, and we're now looking at this series of lows to the west and the weather that's bringing. We can see here about midday, we've got a fairly sort of narrow occlusion just on the south coast of the UK there, almost the sort of width of the country. And we're expecting that to sort of move up, encompassing our area, bring some unpleasant, wet and windy weather. We also see the isobars indicating a southwesterly flow today, relatively close, and as this trough approaches, we can expect a reasonable amount of gust. Into the next few days, you can see tomorrow or overnight a warm front stemming from this depression to the southwest. And tomorrow, very, very unpleasant indeed, with a very deep low just approaching the Irish coast and bringing with it very narrow isobar spacing there, so lots of wind and plenty of frontal activity. Back to today, you can see quite a lot of cloud at the moment over the UK, but starting to thin out to the west of us, and hopefully a little bit less cloud as we go on throughout the day. Rain radar here. You can see approaching the southwest coast with quite intense rainfall there, and the shower just going through local soils at the moment, but clear behind that certainly for a period of time. You can see on the Met Office prediction, just run that through, bulk of that rain going through earlier, and then staying to the south for much of the rest of the morning. Not becoming an issue for us until later on this afternoon, about 2 o'clock. We might start to see some showers coming through again. The Odium TAF, fairly extensive there. I'll try and sort of abbreviate as much as possible with 210 degrees with wind at 15 knots, southwesterly, visibility greater than 10 with scattered cloud at 1,200 feet. Excuse me. And between 9 and 3 this afternoon, increasing wind there, 210 degrees, 16 gusting 26. So a little bit breezier there with some fair gusts. Remaining few at 1,200 feet and prop 40 of this morning, light rain with poor visibility and showers. Along with later on today from 11 until 3, even poorer visibility of 4,000 meters, heavy showers, and then into the evening, light drizzle and showers as well. Farnborough is much the same, a little bit shorter. Very similar wind, 220 degrees, 12 knots, scattered at 2,500 zoos, and they're a bit higher in terms of cloud base. And then a tempo between 7 and 12. So I've reduced viz with showers and broken at 1,400 feet. And a prop 40 as well for this afternoon, 230, 16 gusting 26. So once again, the wind strengthening into the late morning and early afternoon with poor visibility of 5,000 meters, heavy showers and heavy rain, broken cloud at 1,200 feet. So certainly from about 12 o'clock onwards, it's going to likely be unflyable. The winds aloft to the south, we've got southwesterlies at about 40 knots at flying height. And to the north, similar direction, but a bit less, around 30 to 2,000 feet. On the ground, you can see here's the day, southwesterly flow across the airfield there, reasonably brisk. Looking at the Met Office here, showing around 12 knots, but gusting up towards 2022. Interestingly, not really agreeing with the TAF in terms of those gusts. But I think we can expect the winds or the gusts certainly to increase slightly beyond what is forecast here. Also showing us a pictorial basis, reasonable weather window in the morning, the cloud increasing by 12 o'clock and the rain from about 1. So there is a possibility of some flying this morning depending on what that wind does and what the localized cloud is. Temperature, expecting a max of 12 degrees today. Obviously feeling a little bit cooler with that wind. And dew point of 10. We're sort of holding about 11 degrees. The lowest overnight was 10, so we've had a very, very mild spell. And the dew point is presently 9.8. So webcam on the south side, looking to the west, you can see this lower cloud start to thin out to relatively clear skies above. Evidence of that southwesterly flow there. And hopefully a weather window will be upon us shortly. Cross section here on skies are not particularly optimistic, showing a fairly solid cloud up until about past 11, 12 o'clock. With a little bit of rain beforehand, so this could be a window for a couple of hours. Slightly different timings to what many of the other models have suggested, but definitely showing a window of sorts. Whether or not that arrives is an entirely different matter. Looking at the cloud distribution chart on Top Meteo, you can see in our area here a fair bit of low clouds of below 1,000 feet to begin with in the day, and gaps beginning to form as we're seeing now. And by 9 o'clock, not a great deal of change, but clearer in our area. That's continuing throughout today with a bit of autocumulus, but into the afternoon, becoming a little bit more cirrus-based as we get some more coastal weather coming up from the south. No times based on the forecast. This chart very little to concern us, so we'll move on to the glider bookings. We've got 2 K21s today for booked instruction, 1 on casualist and a K13 on trial lessons. There's plenty of single seater availability. Nobody on the casualist at this stage, and quite relevant for today, certainly the afternoon. The simulator is available as normal. Nothing to report this morning as regards to movements. And in summary, we've still got that dominating low pressure, leading today to a conclusion approaching from the south. Got low cloud and rain PM, so from about midday, 1 o'clock onwards, if not before, with gusty southwesterly winds. It'll be a runway 27 operations, full wet winter operation. The grass is very, very wet indeed. And that will be with cables on the boom on the south side and landing on the runway behind the launch point. There is that airfield setup with the launch point set forward just before the cross runway there. Winching from the hard on the south, aerotail if applicable also on the hard but to the north, and landing and stopping short by the distance markers where we usually have the launch point set up. Please don't try and taxi up the back of the gliders. Make sure to stop short and tow in with the buggy as normal. That's all from me this morning. We'll see you out there shortly. So have a good day, hopefully, and keep it safe. Thank you very much.